Depending on the time of the session, the act may amount to smoking more than 100 cigarettes. The hookah is bad and can cause addiction because it contains nicotine. Depending on the time of the session, the act may amount to smoking more than 100 cigarettes. The hookah is bad and can cause dependence because it contains nicotine of Oriental origin and more recent diffusion in the Western world. The hookah came to Brazil as a recreation and soon fell in the taste of young people, mainly because of the essences. What people do not realize is that the product smoked in the appliance is based on tobacco, which, when carburized, is as harmful to health as conventional cigarettes. Differences between hookah and cigarette: like any tobacco product that is smoked, the hookah will produce in its combustion all 4,700 known toxic substances in cigarettes known to cause chronic diseases and cancers, warns Dr. Liz Almeida of the National Cancer Institute, INCA. Closing parenthesis. Many use the excuse that in products like this, as is the case with cigar and pipe, the smoke is not swallowed, because the idea is just to taste the product. In practice is not what happens with the hookah, and even if it were, we should remember that just the smoke in the mouth is enough to generate oral cavity cancer. The tobacco used in the hookah, even with all the essence of flavor, is ingested in greater quantity by the body. One of the biggest problems with hookahs is long exposure to tobacco. Depending on the size of the device and the length of the session, the act may amount to smoking over 100 cigarettes. And people should remember that the product has nicotine, a substance that causes addiction very quickly. Soon the body will ask for more, and moving from hookah to other tobacco products, such as cigarettes, is a jump. What does using hookah cause? Studies associate the use of hookah with the development of lung cancer, respiratory diseases, periodontal gum disease and low birth weight, and expose its users to nicotine concentrations that cause dependence. In the long run, its consumption can cause lung, mouth and bladder cancer, atherosclerosis and coronary disease. The risks of hookah use are not only related to tobacco but also to infectious diseases. Sharing the mouthpiece among users can result in the transmission of diseases such as herpes, hepatitis C and tuberculosis. Fad fashion quickly spread throughout Brazil and flavor additives masked the danger behind the habit. The hookah was a very cultural process of the Turks, Lebanese. Something that was only used on weekends. The immigrants of this culture brought the hookah to Brazil, and the fashion caught here after a soap opera that was very successful. At the same time, there was a wave of reincorporation of the use of hookahs by young people in bars. This sparked a boom in product production, and this increased supply more easily spread. Some parents and young people themselves smell that sweet smell and think it's okay, imagining there is no tobacco in there. Gateway to addiction: the increase in the number of hookah users in the country, especially among the younger ones, worries. Mainly because the device serves as a gateway to an addiction that can last a lifetime and cause serious health problems. By 2007, early research had indicated that several young people were using tobacco products other than cigarettes. And the most commonly used product was the hookah, the doctor recalls. In 2008, in IBGE's Special Tobacco Survey (PE tab), we noticed that the percentage was not high, representing a little over 250,000 people using the hookah. But in the repetition of the survey, in 2013, one point drew attention: catching only between 18 and 24 years old, we had 63.3% of people who claimed to use the product. 3% of them made use of a tobacco product other than cigarettes, equivalent to 940,549 boys and girls. Of these products, hookahs were preferred by 57.7% of adolescents. Wave of the kids: we began to have a cultural spread of a product that is as bad as cigarettes, concludes